Hi, I'm Cora.
I'm Greg.
I'm Daniel.
I'm Olivia.
I'm Victor.
I'm Neil.
I'm Steven, and we are Projectors1, and this is our video on project risk management.
For planning risk management, the risk management plan started with the scope statement that was given to auto construction by the Chico State Associated students. They laid out everything that they wanted in the project and some of the things that they thought would pose problems. They planned for risk management by scheduling weekly meetings with project stakeholders, the Chico AS. This allowed them to make constant updates and changes to the risk management plan. Another risk that needed to be allotted for was the fact that Otto was the construction manager at risk, which means that the architect for the rec project was not affiliated with Otto, but Otto was still responsible for keeping him under budget and on time.
For identifying risks, Auto Construction began their identification of risks with their weekly meetings that were mentioned in the planning phase. They also identified risks by building mock-ups of major installations that went into the rec. This allowed them to see any problems before it was a permanent part of the building. Because Auto had so much experience building facilities for the AS and CSCUC, they were able to utilize expert judgment to identify potential risks.
For performing qualitative risk analysis, Auto Construction was able to use expert judgment on the Chico State RAC project in the process of categorizing risk. They analyzed the different stages of the project and were able to segment the risks that they thought would be applicable and develop a risk probability and impact matrix.
For quantitative risk analysis, during construction, Auto had to keep constant communication with all the subcontractors that were hired for the projects. Because of this, Auto had to use data gathering techniques that would give them quick and accurate information. This was achieved mainly through verbal communication as well as periodic written reports that were submitted at specified intervals.
Because of the nature of construction projects is unpredictable, Auto had to rely mainly on expert judgment to deal with different issues as they arose.
For monitor and control risks, one of the main ways that Auto monitored and controlled risks on the Chico State Rec project was by setting specific milestones for construction. At each of these milestones, inspectors would come in and make sure that everything was completed and was done correctly and without any unacceptable flaws. Lastly, Auto controlled risk by taking on the responsibility of staying in the agreed upon budget. If they were to go over, it would not cost the AS anything. Instead, Auto would be responsible for the overages. This encouraged Auto to manage and control risk very thoroughly and carefully.
Again, we are Projectors1, and we would like to thank you for watching our video on project risk management.